5 silent enemies that destroy the muscles of older adults. Did you know that while you're watching this video, thousands of older adults around the world are losing muscle without even realizing it? There's no pain, no warning signs. But one day, getting up from a chair feels harder. Carrying a grocery bag becomes a challenge. Worse still, a fall results in a fracture that changes your life forever. Doctors call this process sarcopenia, and it's one of the main reasons why many older adults end up in nursing homes or with reduced mobility. After age 50, your body naturally loses muscle, but certain foods can accelerate this deterioration by up to 40% faster. Here's the most alarming part. Some of these foods seem healthy, may even be recommended in many diets, and you might be consuming them every day without knowing the harm they cause. What they don't tell you is that silently, they destroy your muscles' ability to regenerate, leading to gradual weakness. Recent studies have identified the worst culprits, and in this video, I'll reveal the 5 most dangerous foods that destroy the muscles of older adults. You'll be shocked to learn that one of them is a fruit and another is a vegetable you probably eat often. Before we continue, I'd like to ask for 2 simple favors. The first is a personal commitment. If you're truly determined to improve your health by protecting your muscles and making smarter food choices, write "I love living healthy" in the comments. This gesture will strengthen your resolve and make this transformation even more real. The second is an act of sharing. Send this video to someone you care about. Many people are unknowingly putting their health at risk due to avoidable mistakes. You could be the one to help them protect themselves and make better choices. Now let's get started. Food number 5, white bread and refined flours. White bread, refined pasta, cookies, and many other products made with processed flour may seem harmless, but they are actually one of the biggest enemies of muscle health in older adults. Why are they harmful? These foods lack fiber, protein, and essential nutrients, leaving you with mostly starches and fast-absorbing sugars. When you eat them, your body quickly converts them into glucose, causing blood sugar spikes and increased insulin production. These constant blood sugar fluctuations trigger inflammation in the body, a process that contributes to muscle loss over time. That's not all. To maintain muscle mass, your body needs high-quality protein and balanced hormonal regulation. Excessive consumption of refined flours can negatively affect insulin production, interfering with the absorption of essential amino acids in your muscles. White bread promotes fat accumulation instead of muscle growth. When you overeat refined flours, your body enters a metabolic state that favors fat storage and muscle loss. This is because constant insulin spikes block your body's ability to use fat for energy, leading to a cycle of weight gain and muscle weakening. Moreover, studies have shown that a diet high in refined carbohydrates can lead to insulin resistance, a condition where cells stop responding properly to this hormone. This not only increases the risk of type 2 diabetes, but is also linked to sarcopenia. What to do instead? If you can't live without bread or pasta, you don't have to eliminate them entirely, but you can make smarter choices. Replace white bread with 100% whole grain bread or rye bread. Choose whole grain pasta, legume-based pasta, or quinoa instead of refined pasta. Also, incorporate more protein and healthy fats into your meals to avoid blood sugar spikes. These small changes can make a big difference in preserving your muscle mass and daily energy. Here's something even more surprising. There's a fruit that most people consider completely harmless, but can silently contribute to muscle loss. Believe it or not, consuming this fruit in excess can be as harmful as white bread and refined sugars. Want to know which one? Food number 4. Orange juice and other fructose-rich fruits. When you think of a healthy breakfast, what comes to mind? Probably a glass of fresh orange juice. From childhood, we've been told that orange juice is a source of vitamin C, good for the immune system and natural, so it can't be bad. Here's the truth that almost no one mentions. Orange juice is one of the worst foods for muscle health in older adults. It's not just about orange juice, but any fruit juice that's squeezed and separated from its natural fiber. Why can fruit juices harm your muscles? They cause blood sugar spikes without providing real benefits. Orange juice, as well as other juices like apple or grape, is loaded with fructose, a type of sugar that the liver metabolizes differently than glucose. When you drink a glass of orange juice, your body gets a massive dose of liquid fructose without the fiber that normally comes with whole fruit. This causes a blood sugar spike, followed by a rapid drop, leading to fatigue and muscle wear. Research has shown that high fructose consumption is linked to elevated inflammation levels in the body. This silent inflammation directly affects the body's ability to maintain and repair muscle tissue. Additionally, when fructose is consumed in excess, it converts to fat in the liver, increasing the risk of insulin resistance and, in the long term, type 2 diabetes. Insulin resistance is not only dangerous for overall health, but also makes it harder for muscles to absorb the essential nutrients needed to regenerate and strengthen. These juices trick the brain and increase hunger. Unlike other types of sugar, fructose doesn't trigger the same satiety signals in the brain. This means that after drinking orange juice, you may still feel hungry, which can lead you to consume more carbohydrates and unhealthy foods. Is it the same with whole fruit? No, eating a whole orange is not the same as drinking a glass of juice. The difference lies in the fiber. When you eat whole fruit, the fiber slows the absorption of natural sugars, preventing blood sugar spikes and reducing the negative impact on muscles. If you love the taste of juice, the best alternative is to opt for natural smoothies that include the fruit's pulp and fiber. Choose fruits with lower fructose content like blackberries or blueberries. Also, hydrate with water or herbal teas instead of sugary juices. Here's something even more shocking. There's a food that many people consume daily, thinking it's a good source of protein, but it's actually one of the biggest saboteurs of muscle health. This food not only contributes to inflammation, but also contains compounds that can interfere with muscle tissue regeneration. And the worst part, many people consume it believing they're strengthening their bodies. Food number 3, processed meats, the hidden enemy of muscles. When you think of protein-rich foods, you probably think of options like ham, sausages, or salami. For years, processed meats have been promoted as a quick and convenient protein source, especially for older adults looking for easy-to-prepare options. Here's the problem. Processed meats are a dangerous trap for muscle health. Even though they contain protein, they're also loaded with harmful compounds that can sabotage muscle regeneration and maintenance. Why do processed meats destroy muscle mass? They contain nitrites and nitrates that promote inflammation. 2. Preserve processed meats for long periods without spoiling. The food industry adds nitrites and nitrates, 2 chemical compounds linked to chronic inflammation and cellular damage. Prolonged inflammation hinders muscle tissue regeneration and accelerates muscle mass loss, a serious issue for older adults. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that frequent consumption of processed meats is associated with a higher risk of metabolic diseases and lower muscle density in older adults. Processed meats are a source of hidden saturated fats and trans fats. Many processed meats contain high amounts of saturated and trans fats that clog arteries and impair blood flow to muscles. If blood circulation isn't optimal, muscles receive less oxygen and essential nutrients, slowing their recovery and making them more prone to weakening over time. They contain excessive sodium, contributing to dehydration and muscle fatigue. Have you noticed that you feel thirstier after eating processed meats? That's because they're loaded with sodium, a preservative that helps retain water in the body, but in excess causes dehydration, muscle cramps, and fatigue. Dehydration is a silent enemy for muscles as it affects contraction and recovery, increasing the risk of injuries and strength loss. Processed meats provide low-quality protein that doesn't benefit muscles. While they contain protein, its quality is lower compared to natural sources like eggs, fish, or legumes. Many processed meats are mixed with starches and other fillers that reduce the actual amount of protein your body can use to repair muscles. In other words, if you think you're strengthening your body with processed meats, you might be doing the opposite. To keep your muscles strong and healthy, replace processed meats with more natural, less processed protein sources. Opt for unprocessed. Lean meats like chicken, turkey, or organic beef. Fish rich in omega-3s, such as salmon and sardines, are excellent because they help reduce inflammation. Whole eggs are another complete, high-quality protein source. Finally, legumes and nuts provide plant-based protein without the harmful chemical compounds found in processed meats. Here's something even more concerning. There's a food that most people consume daily that seems harmless but is actually stealing key nutrients from your muscles. This food prevents the absorption of magnesium, calcium, and essential proteins, gradually weakening muscle tissue. The worst part, almost no one suspects it. Let's uncover it now. Food number 2. An unexpected vegetable weakening your muscles. If there's one thing we've all heard since childhood, it's eat your vegetables, they're good for you. And yes, most are. What if I told you there's a vegetable that could accelerate muscle loss without you noticing? A vegetable that many people eat daily, believing it's healthy, but that might be draining the essential minerals your muscles need to stay strong. We're talking about spinach. Yes, the same vegetable that made Popeye strong could weaken your muscles if consumed incorrectly. The hidden side of spinach, what no one told you. Spinach is rich in vitamins and minerals, but it contains a substance that can do more harm than good if consumed in excess or incorrectly. That hidden enemy is called oxalic acid. Oxalic acid blocks the absorption of calcium and magnesium, essential minerals for muscle contraction and regeneration. Without them, muscles weaken, become more prone to cramps, and recover much more slowly. Oxalic acid binds to these minerals in the gut, forming compounds that the body can't absorb. Even if you eat foods rich in calcium and magnesium, your body won't benefit if you consume large amounts of raw spinach. When oxalic acid builds up in the body, it can cause kidney stones, a common problem in older adults. This excess can interfere with the synthesis of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the energy molecule your muscles use to function. More fatigue, less endurance, and greater difficulty moving with agility result. Raw spinach can be the problem. Eating spinach without cooking it increases the amount of oxalic acid in your body. If you consume it daily in salads or green smoothies, you might be weakening your muscles without realizing it. Does this mean you should stop eating spinach? Absolutely not. The key is how you consume it. Cooking spinach can reduce oxalic acid by up to 40%. Lightly boiling it and discarding the water helps eliminate much of this substance, allowing your body to absorb its nutrients without harming your muscles. Pairing spinach with calcium-rich foods like sesame seeds or almonds can counteract its negative effects. Also, don't overconsume it. If you eat large amounts of spinach daily, you might hinder the absorption of essential minerals for your muscles. You now know that a vegetable as popular as spinach can affect your muscle strength. The next silent killer is even more shocking because it not only weakens your muscles, but also prematurely ages your body and can harm your brain. And it's present in almost every breakfast. Want to know what it is? Let's find out. Food number 1. Excessive coffee, the hidden enemy of your muscles. For millions of people, the day doesn't start without a cup of coffee. It's a sacred ritual, a source of energy, a daily pleasure. What if I told you that coffee in excess could be weakening your muscles without you noticing? The same coffee you drink every day can cause damage to your muscle strength, accelerating muscle mass loss with age. This isn't immediate or obvious. You don't feel pain, there's no warning sign. One day, you realize climbing stairs is harder, your legs feel weaker, and your strength isn't what it used to be. Excessive coffee might be part of the problem. Coffee has many benefits when consumed in moderation, but when it becomes an excessive habit, it directly affects muscle health. It impacts you in 3 key ways. Excessive coffee robs calcium and magnesium from muscles. Calcium and magnesium are critical minerals for muscle contraction and recovery. Without them, muscles weaken, lose tone, and become more prone to cramps. Caffeine acts as a diuretic, causing the body to eliminate more minerals through urine. If you drink too much coffee without replenishing these minerals, you could lose muscle strength day by day without noticing. Coffee increases cortisol production, the hormone that destroys muscles. Coffee elevates cortisol levels, the stress hormone. Excess cortisol attacks muscle tissue, breaking it down for energy. It also reduces protein synthesis, meaning your muscles struggle to regenerate and grow. If you drink several cups of coffee a day, especially during stressful times, you might be accelerating muscle loss without realizing it. Coffee reduces sleep quality, hindering muscle regeneration. While you sleep, your muscles repair and strengthen. If you consume excessive coffee, especially after the afternoon, your deep sleep is compromised. Less deep sleep means less muscle regeneration, which leads to greater strength loss over time. Do I have to stop drinking coffee? The answer is no, but like everything in life, balance is key. Limit consumption to 1 or 2 cups a day. More than 3 cups daily can start negatively affecting your muscles and bones. Don't drink coffee on an empty stomach, as this intensifies its negative effects on cortisol. Avoid drinking it after 2 p.m. to allow your body to regulate sleep cycles. And muscle recovery. Replace some of your coffee intake with green tea or herbal infusions. Green tea has less caffeine and more antioxidants, which protect your muscles instead of weakening them. You now know the 5 silent killers destroying the muscles of older adults. The great news: if you've been consuming these foods without knowing the harm they cause, there's still time to fix it. Your body is incredibly adaptable, and with the right nutrients, you can recover muscle strength even after 60, 70, or 80 years old. What did you think of this lesson? If it was helpful, rate this content from 0 to 10 in the comments, as it helps me understand if I'm providing valuable information. Let me know which city you're watching this video from so I can see how far this message is reaching and how many people are learning from it. If you found this content useful, write "Health is Wealth" in the comments to reinforce your commitment to your health and the power of natural remedies. Before wrapping up, I'll leave you with some videos that will deepen what you've learned today. If you truly want to transform your health, watch them until the end. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted every time I upload a new lesson. Thanks for watching until the end. See you in the next video. A big hug and lots of